So the Dhamma topic, what I would like to bring up today, it's effort and energy, how we need to strive properly. So the Pali word virya means effort, energy, and also like literal meaning of this word would be something like the state of a strong person or the state of the hero. Like hero have this quality of virya. Vira is a hero. So, but the question is, do we need this quality of hero? Like be strong, be like violent maybe sometime. So, do we need this quality? Not the physical one, yes. I like one Bhante make a connection between this literal meaning and what effort we need. He said we need to be brave as a hero, because to strive, to strike back our defilement, strike back unwholesome mental state. So we don't need to tolerate this, not just like, okay, now I have some bad mind, no problem, like 1-2 weeks I can relax and then maybe I would strive. So we need to be brave and have an energy to persistently do it again and again. So, and what kind of virya we need? Do we need strong virya with a cleanse our teeth and like let me determine nibbana or something like? Or we need to this kind of virya what? Okay, no, maybe not today, maybe like next life, or when I will be retired, then I try. So about this very famous sutta, many of you know, soṇa sutta, when the Buddha speak this soṇa was one of the monk. That time he was not an arahant yet, but in the end of the sutta he became an arahant. And at the beginning, some thoughts occur to the mind of the soṇa. He think, I am the one of the most effortful and the most vigilant disciple of the Buddha, but I still didn't attain anything yet. Like, what's wrong with me? Maybe it's not my way. Maybe I need to give up and go back to lay life. At least I can do some dana, can keep some sila, be a good householder. And he just started to doubt. And then after some time, some Buddha knew about this, and there was a conversation between him and soṇa. And he asked, soṇa, is it correct when you was a lay person in your life, you was a musician, you play like on lute. Lute, it's kind of Indian musical instrument, string instrument. So, and he asked him, when you have your lute and when you like adjust your strings very loosely, like not strong enough, very loosely, do the sound would be very good or not? He said, no, Bhante, the sound would be just impossible to hear. And he said, and what about opposite? If you like overstretch your strings, what might happen? He said, like it may even break, so the sound definitely would be very bad. But if you balance, like not so strong and not too loose, if you find the proper balance, the sound of the lute would be nice and like what we actually want to do. So in the same way, we need to have an attitude towards effort, what we have, like energy or striving. So we don't need to make it too strong. Otherwise, so to say, it can be agitate the mind. So mind can have a worry or restlessness. Or in opposite way, if we make it too loose and don't give enough energy, mind become too sluggish, like too lazy and like don't want to do anything. So we need to find proper balance of effort. And this proper balance, as I think, it's individual way. So everyone, even in different stage of your life, in different stage of your development, you need a different type of effort, different balance of effort. I would say like even it's good daily reflect like how many effort I need to apply now. What's condition I have at the moment? Like, do I need to strive a little bit more, or do I need to to take it more easy, but be more consistent. So another sutta speak about what's components or what's the factors of virya, of right effort. So in another way, in another word, like what we also need to have a proper effort and proper striving, proper energy. So the first component, it's saddha. We need to have a faith. And usually when suttas speak about faith, they speak about faith to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. That Buddha was enlightenment, that he definitely reached that state. That the Dhamma, what was preached by him, it led to enlightenment. He explained full way. And the Sangha, so it means there was arahants as well. Not only Buddha, there was many other beings who also attained enlightenment. In another word, it means the ways work, the method is work. We need to have a faith that this definitely would lead me to enlightenment if I practice. So it makes sense. Like if I don't have a faith, if I don't have a confidence in something, why I wouldn't even try to do this? Yeah. If someone said to me like, okay, you need to eat only chocolate, and then you will be healthy. Then I think, okay, maybe I don't have a faith to this speculation. You know, that's why I would not try. But in the same way, if we have a faith to Buddha, to Dhamma, to Sangha, then we need to strive. So the second factor is honesty. So you need to be honest with your teacher. You need to be honest with a spiritual friend who around you. And how it may help? Like if you hide your weaknesses, if you don't like ask help of teacher or like tell, like I have this and this, like how am I deal with this, then you should rely only on yourself. Like no one may help you. Otherwise, teachers and maybe more mature spiritual friends, they may point you like, oh, you see, this can be done better, or here you can develop yourself. But if you hide, if you never open your weaknesses and not honest, then you lose this chance. You don't have this opportunity to get help from spiritual companions and friends. So another one, good health. So the Buddha says that it's important to have a good health. Otherwise, like, it's very difficult to strive when you have a bad health, when you have a weak body. So same like, I heard very often arguments that, oh, you're young, no need to strive now. Like maybe go back to lay life, to enjoy sensual pleasure, and then when you will be retired, okay, it's a time for practice. But it's very difficult. Like many of us know that, like the more we old, then difficult, and the more pain we have in body, then much more difficult to strive. Even kind of sit in meditation posture become more difficult, like pain in back, pain in legs, and all these things. And yes, you may be aware of dukkha, aware of pain, but it's much more difficult when you have a pain rather than when you have a like good conditions, good body. Then you have a more chance to develop like good mind. So when the suttas speak about right effort, like one of the part of noble eightfold path, they always defined it as again, as many of you know, as four types. The first one, when you see unwholesome mental state, you try to let go of them, you try to abandon them, so you strive for this. Then when you don't see any unwholesome mental state, like in my mind, nothing unwholesome, you try to prevent unwholesome mental state to arise. So there is nothing there, and I try to not give something bad. And then about wholesomeness, when there is no wholesome mental state, I see there is nothing, I try to give rise, I try to a little bit arouse some good state, mental state. And when I already have some good mental state, I try to mature it, develop, and cultivate. So all these things speak about like kusala dhamma. So it's like skillful state, like state what lead us to the goal, what can bring us close to nibbana or purification of mind. And what this practice require, like all these things speak about see the state and do something with this, yeah? So first, what we need to do? We need to see, we need to be able to look, be able to notice. First, of course, we need to know what is wholesome, what is unwholesome. I mean, it's sure. But then we need to be able to see our mind, be able to know that, okay, there is a wholesome mental state or unwholesome mental state. So unwholesome mental states, we definitely know that it's kind of strong desire, like raga, or dosa, anger, or like agitation of mind, or worry, and like like laziness, or like sluggishness of mind, and doubt. So you have a doubt that like, or maybe, I practice wrong, or maybe like I'm not a worthy one to attain something. So this kind of doubt. And how we may see this quality in our mind? Like one thing, it's easy to say, watch your mind, yeah, watch your mind and watch mental state. But what it means, yeah, like what do you mean mind? It's just I'm thinking, yeah. So the teachers always encourage us to try to identify like how anger, for example, feel. What I feel when I'm angry. Surely at the beginning we cannot notice anger straight away. Like it's usually overcome us, and then we may even act badly, harm someone or something like this. But sooner or later you may notice how anger may feel. Like it may even body sometimes may a little bit shake. Like if a strong anger, like, or it's like in this area very painful feeling. It's like very unpleasant feelings, and yeah. So difficult to explain how you may notice anger, but surely with practice, maybe at the beginning, even don't try to do something with this because it's very difficult. Just notice it. Just notice. Okay, I have anger. There is anger in me, and this kind of noticing would help to be a little bit detached with this, be like separated, not to be like overcome by this anger. And also what's benefit, you may notice how anger may feel. So okay, now I have anger, how it feels. So I feel this. Maybe try to notice what's happening in the body when I'm angry, or what kind of mental state it is. What is anger? Like people call it anger. But what it means, like. So it requires a lot of self-investigation when we like try to be self-aware what's happening in mind. Same way with like strong desire, sensual desire, or like restlessness of the mind. When we just cannot focus, we just worry about something, we just agitated, we like think, oh, this and that. So try to not focus on thoughts itself, what's bothering you at the time, but in general, what's mind feel? How mind feel when I'm restless? How mind feel when I worry? Like, is it pleasant or it's unpleasant? What's body may feel in this? So try to see the full picture, how it may like feel or have impact on you. Then when more you notice that it's unskillful mental state, it's unwholesome, it's not pleasant to feel, then naturally your mind more would be turned away from this, would be try to, okay, there is a worry, let me try to do something with this. At least not be engaged, not be involved in this. And same way with like laziness or like sluggishness of mind. So again, here it's nothing to do with body. Like for example, if I want to sleep, it's like 11 p.m. or like 12 p.m. It's okay to get sleep. It's not that laziness. But when my body is active, but my mind is just don't want to do anything. Like I just don't want to develop myself. I just think it's not right time or something like this, and there's no even suitable reason for this. So this kind of apathy or like laziness, sluggishness of mind. So also notice how it feels, what it means, what's the impact on the body and how it feels like general, and with doubt as well. So when I have a doubt, when I like unsure about something, how it feels. And then like what's right effort, it's consistently and persistently, like maybe not with a full power always, but always. Never never give up in this kind of thing. So always try, always try, always try. And in the full picture of like kind of way to Nibbana, we may see that like effort, it's play a role like in when we speak about bodhāngas, like factors of enlightenment. It starts with mindfulness, then it's go to investigation of state, like Dhammavichaya. You investigate whatever happening, like what is impermanent or permanent, is it my or not my, and then effort. Effort in terms of do it consistently, do it again and again, again and again, and only if you do it persistently, then you may get some piti, some joy, some samadhi, stable mind, or passaddhi, like calmness of the mind and equanimity. So effort is very important to keep going, to do it, like always. So I wish all of you, and to myself as well, all of us, to have a right effort, to never give up, to really try, at least a little bit, little by little, every day, every moment, and watch our mind, try to get rid of unwholesome mental state and develop wholesomeness.